President Trump says Iran's nuclear sites have been obliterated after the U.S. carried out Operation Midnight Hammer. 7 B-2 Spirit bombers took off from Missouri at midnight Saturday morning. After an 18-hour flight, 14 bunker buster bombs were dropped on 3 of Iran's key nuclear facilities. The mission also used multiple 4th and 5th generation fighters, dozens of air refueling tankers, a guided missile submarine, and a full array of intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance aircraft.
Texas Congressman Ronny Jackson joins us now. Congressman, 125 U.S. aircraft were involved in this mission. And the key takeaway that I took away from that press conference yesterday, the bombers went in and out without the world knowing. As a veteran, but also as an American, what are your thoughts on the complexity, secrecy, and apparent success of this mission?
Well, Todd, every day I wake up and I see what the Trump administration does, and I'm just so proud to be an American. And I can't believe this they pulled this off so flawlessly. It speaks volumes to the professionalism and to the lethality of the military that we currently have right now. Thanks in large part to what President Trump and Pete Hegseth are doing right now to restore our military and get us back to what they're intended to do, which is fight wars. But it was very impressive, and I think that we've suffered from 4 years previously of kind of feckless leadership, and now we have commander-in-chief that doesn't mess around. We had a period of time where our allies did not trust us, and our adversaries did not respect us, and that has flipped now. Believe you, if President Trump says we are going to do something, the whole world stands up and listens, and they know that he means business, and we are going to do what we say we're going to do, and that's the only way you can conduct foreign policy as the United States of America.
Yeah, here's the exact quote that Todd was referring to from Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, who was happy to report yesterday Iran's fighters did not fly, and it appears that Iran's surface-to-air missile systems did not see us throughout the mission. We retained the element of surprise. But that is never an inevitable outcome. So how many different ways could this mission have gone sideways? And what do you think the most difficult part of this was?
Well, I think the most difficult part was the operational security surrounding it to make sure they didn't get out, so no one knew exactly where and when it was going to happen. I think they did a really good job with that. The Israelis had done a really good job preparing the battlefield and taking down most of the surface-to-air threats and things of that nature. But those things are still out there. If they knew when and where it was going to happen, they could try to consolidate some of that stuff. They could have brought down one of our planes, or they could have killed some of our service members. So I think that it was a difficult mission, the way they coordinated and didn't speak much on the radios in the process, and just kind of all fell into place. It was impressive, and I think we have to pat these guys on the back, and these guys and gals on the back, and let them know that we appreciate what they've done, and they've made America look good, and they've removed the nuclear threat from the #1 state sponsor of terror for the last few decades, a state sponsor of terror that has killed hundreds and hundreds of Americans, and we can't forget that part. So this was a long time coming. I'm so glad it's happened, and the world is a much, much safer place thanks to the leadership of President Donald J. Trump.
Yeah, on the communications front, your colleague from Texas, Congressman August Pfluger, had a great analogy. I'm going to read it here. It basically says, like, you're trying to meet up with your wife at a restaurant in Paris, 7:30 reservations. Don't be early, don't be late, but you have 125 other guests that also have that same thing, but you're trying to do this all without cell phones. And I found that analogy to be fascinating. Before we let you go, let's look ahead. Trump flying to NATO, big summit there tomorrow. How do these strikes change the talks that are expected to take place there? About 30 seconds to you, Congressman.
Well, I'll tell you, just like I said before, I've gone to these things before. I attended these conferences while I was at the White House for 14 years. I can tell you that traditionally, the rest of these NATO countries, everyone that attends those conferences, they follow the lead of the United States of America. That did not happen in the Biden administration. That fell off. I saw it on a regular basis here in Congress as a member of the Armed Services Committee, Foreign Affairs, and the Intelligence Committee. I could see that our allies were no longer following our lead. They didn't trust us, and they didn't think that we meant business. That has all changed now. We are back in the driver's seat. They will be listening and hanging on every word that President Trump says, and that's what we need right now.
Congressman Ronny Jackson, thank you so much for joining us on this very critical topic that we will be analyzing in the days and weeks to come. We appreciate you this morning.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.